you supported our show, cared enough to do something about it, to make your voices heard so that mine can be heard. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human.
Jimmy Kimmel just kicked off Brooklyn Week on his late-night show after his controversial suspension, and the energy, the guests, and the bold, creative choices have everyone saying this might be his best week of television ever. This wasn't just a return to regular programming. This was a statement. The decision to launch Brooklyn Week immediately following his suspension shows incredible confidence and strategic thinking that's getting praise from both fans and industry insiders. What Jimmy and his team pulled off during this comeback week is already being studied as a masterclass in crisis recovery and audience re-engagement. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this Brooklyn Week launch is being called one of the most successful comebacks in late-night television history, and how Jimmy turned a potentially career-damaging situation into his strongest moment yet. The Brooklyn strategy. Choosing Brooklyn as the location for Jimmy Kimmel's post-suspension return was a brilliant strategic move that signaled fresh energy and new perspective. Brooklyn has become synonymous with creativity, authenticity, and cultural relevance. Exactly the message Jimmy needed to send. The week-long Brooklyn residency involved moving the entire production from Los Angeles to New York, showcasing commitment to doing something special rather than just quietly resuming regular programming after the controversial suspension period.
And that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Brooklyn's reputation as a hub for diverse culture, cutting-edge entertainment, and authentic experiences provided the perfect backdrop for Jimmy to demonstrate renewed creative energy and connection with audiences beyond his typical Hollywood base. The production logistics of relocating a major late-night show for an entire week demonstrated that ABC and Jimmy's team had full confidence in his comeback, investing significant resources to make Brooklyn Week a marquee event rather than a cautious return. The opening night energy. Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue for Brooklyn Week set the tone perfectly, acknowledging the suspension situation with humor and humility, while quickly pivoting to the excitement of being in Brooklyn with incredible guests and fresh content. The studio audience energy was electric, with Brooklyn crowds bringing different enthusiasm compared to typical LA tapings. The local connection created authentic moments that felt genuinely special rather than manufactured for television. Jimmy's confidence during the opening show demonstrated that his time away had been used productively, resulting in sharper material and renewed appreciation for the opportunity to entertain audiences nightly. The show's opening segments introduced Brooklyn-specific content, local references, and neighborhood exploration that gave the entire week a cohesive theme beyond just being in a different location. Guest lineup strategy. The guest lineup for Brooklyn Week was carefully curated to reflect both A-list star power and authentic Brooklyn cultural connections, creating programming that appealed to diverse audience demographics. Each night featured combinations of major celebrities promoting current projects alongside local Brooklyn artists, musicians, and cultural figures who gave the week genuine connection to the community hosting the show. The mix of guests created opportunities for unexpected interactions and conversations that wouldn't have happened during typical LA-based episodes, generating viral moments and memorable television throughout the week. Musical performances during Brooklyn Week showcased both mainstream acts and emerging Brooklyn-based artists, highlighting the borough's incredible music scene while delivering entertainment value for national audiences. Creative risks and innovations. Brooklyn Week featured creative segments and sketch ideas that pushed beyond Jimmy Kimmel Live's typical format, showing willingness to experiment and take risks following the suspension period. Field pieces exploring Brooklyn neighborhoods, local businesses, and cultural landmarks provided content that felt fresh and different from standard late-night comedy segments, demonstrating creative renewal. The show incorporated Brooklyn's distinctive character into comedy bits, creating locally relevant humor that resonated with both New York audiences and viewers nationwide who appreciated the authentic celebration of the borough. Technical production choices, including unique camera angles, different set designs, and incorporation of Brooklyn's urban landscape, gave the week a visually distinctive feel that set it apart from regular episodes.
A lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't.
Industry response. The entertainment industry's reaction to Jimmy Kimmel's Brooklyn Week comeback has been overwhelmingly positive, with competitors, colleagues, and media critics praising both the creative execution and the bold strategy. Other late-night hosts acknowledged the successful comeback approach, with some suggesting that Brooklyn Week might influence how other shows handle potential controversies and audience re-engagement. Television critics noted that the energy and creativity displayed during Brooklyn Week demonstrated why Jimmy Kimmel remains one of late night's most resilient and innovative hosts, despite facing significant challenges. Industry analysts discussed Brooklyn Week as a case study in effective crisis management and brand recovery, showing how strategic programming decisions can turn potential negatives into positive momentum. Ratings and social media impact. Brooklyn Week delivered impressive ratings that exceeded pre-suspension numbers, demonstrating that audiences were eager to support Jimmy's return and appreciated the special event programming. Social media engagement spiked throughout the week, with viral moments, memorable quotes, and standout performances generating organic buzz that extended the show's reach beyond traditional viewership metrics. The positive social media sentiment represented a significant shift from the negativity surrounding the suspension period, showing successful narrative transformation through quality content and authentic programming. Audience reconnection. Beyond ratings and industry praise, Brooklyn Week succeeded in reconnecting Jimmy Kimmel with audiences who may have been skeptical or disappointed during the suspension period. The week's programming demonstrated renewed commitment to entertaining viewers rather than focusing on controversy, showing audiences that their loyalty would be rewarded with exceptional content. Jimmy's interaction with Brooklyn audiences both in studio and during field segments created genuine moments that reminded viewers why they've supported his show for years. Long-term implications. The success of Brooklyn Week has positioned Jimmy Kimmel Live for continued strength, potentially launching a new phase of the show's long run with renewed energy and creative confidence. The comeback approach may influence how other television personalities and shows handle controversies, demonstrating that bold creative moves can overcome significant challenges. Jimmy Kimmel's decision to launch Brooklyn Week immediately following his suspension represents one of the smartest comeback strategies in recent late-night television history. The combination of strategic location choice, exceptional guest bookings, creative innovation, and authentic audience connection transformed a potentially damaging situation into one of the show's strongest moments. What did you think about Jimmy Kimmel's Brooklyn Week comeback strategy? Did the special programming help you move past the suspension controversy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this Brooklyn Week approach might change how we think about television comebacks and crisis recovery in entertainment.